2015, in 2019 is arguable. So when Jonathan have lost this election and they have done 4 years, as a matter of fact, Buhari doing 8 years by the final judgment of the Supreme Court, by Buhari completing 8 years as president and Yar'Adua's 3 years as president, already the North has cheated the South, because what that means is that between this democratic dispensation that started in 1999, the North has already done 11 years instead of 8, and the South, the Southwest has done its 8, and the South has done 5. So all this mathematics that is being thrown around to defeat the Constitution and to make nonsense of the Constitution that we are saying should even be changed, should be discussed in the open, and the truth should be told. Now, if we are calculating that it is turn by turn and the tenure is every 4 years there is an election, people have just assumed that when there is an election, if it's Jonathan, that Jonathan should win a second tenure. Well, we all hoped that Jonathan would win a second tenure. He didn't win a second tenure, and the world did not come to an end. Now, the people in the South that have not governed are the Igbos. The Southwest has governed 8 years. Unfortunately, the Niger Delta has not completed 8 years. It has only done 5 years. And the Southeast have not done any years at all. So if we are really fighting for justice, yes, okay, we can say if all things were equal, and if we didn't have something bigger to fight for as Niger Delta people, I believe we have something bigger to fight for than the extra 3 years. And insisting on that 3 years will further confuse the whole setup, because our tenure is every 4 years. So if you say you want to continue, finish your 8 years, then the 8 years, there is only 3 years remaining for the South on the 8 years. So what do you do then? So on that alone, on that discussion alone, I think this argument that the South must complete its tenure based on the style and type of governance we have today in Nigeria is irrelevant, it is cheap, and as far as I'm concerned, it is cowardly. We do not want an extra 3 years or even another 4 years. In my opinion, what we should be wanting is total control and management of our resources and pay tax to federal government. And the only way we can even proceed to attempt that is to demand for restructuring of Nigeria. If we restructure, and people will phone in now and say about, I know, don't phone in to tell us that they will not. Who are those they? We know that they will not. But because they will not, we must have a plan B. The question is, what is our plan B? Our plan B should be to demand for a referendum. If you refuse to restructure Nigeria, in your making decisions for the whole of Nigeria that favors you and does not favor the rest of Nigeria, and therefore those people it doesn't favor have a right for another argument, and that argument is we must have a referendum. If we cannot have a restructured Nigeria, which will change Nigeria and take us to what Nigeria is meant to be, which is a federation. If we're not able to achieve that, then let's have a referendum. The referendum will determine what the people of Nigeria want. The people of Nigeria, the people of Niger Delta, all the ethnic nationalities of over 300 and something people that make up Nigeria must face the reality and make a decision as what is good for them. We are in a bad marriage, and if it's not working, we must be able to survive outside of that marriage. So that is the plan B that I believe we should be looking at. Therefore, the call today that South wants the presidency, I repeat, is a distraction. If this distraction is against the Niger Delta people, we do not need this distraction in Niger Delta today. What we need, because you see, you cannot complain about what is happening in Nigeria and then refuse to face the justified position that will bring about true change, that will most people say they want to stay in Nigeria. Let us have a referendum to find that truth out once and for all. And when we find that truth out, and assuming that it falls on the lines that Nigeria should stay together, the next question will be, how do we stay together? We must have a how. How do we stay together? And if we have the how, it will take us to what is acceptable for everybody. If we refuse to do this, we cannot continue to complain that we are marginalized when we are not prepared to do the right thing to come out of marginalization. You cannot pretend, you cannot say somebody is marginalizing you, but when you wake up in the morning, you're hugging the person, you're kissing the person, you're eating with the person, and then you say the person is marginalizing you. Then you are enjoying the marginalization. That is what you're saying. So we have to choose in the Niger Delta, what is it that we want? That, you know, we cannot achieve anything in the Niger Delta unless we agree that we will work together as one people in a particular region in Niger Delta and do what is right and best in the interest of all the Niger Delta people. This foolishness of being in two major political parties that are not controlled effectively by any ethnic nationality from the Niger Delta, where the governors must have somebody who supports them from the north. The governor, the senators must have somebody who supports them from the party. Therefore, if you are supported by your party that is based in Abuja, that more or less we are funding with our money, and yet within that enclave of a political party, they find somebody who has never been to the Niger Delta, who does not understand our issues, become the person who will determine who is going to be governor, who is best for us, and tell us what to do and what to say per time with our representatives. Then they are not representing us and they are not governing us. But if we say that this is our governor and these are our representatives, then they must be free and have the freedom to make decisions that we want them to make on our behalf. So as we move into 2023, and as this government is bringing up laws and policies that very clearly does not favor us, we cannot sit quietly and not have a say on the fact that the government of Nigeria is borrowing money recklessly, and this money they are borrowing is going to be paid back with the resources from the Niger Delta. We must have a say because we're the people paying for it. We cannot sit back and accept a situation where the border of Nigeria will be closed in the south and the border in the north will be open to certain things to continue to happen. We know these things and we're keeping quiet. Our governors know these things, they're quiet. Our senators know these things, they're quiet. You cannot be quiet if you say that you're representing us. You must listen to what we're saying. Now, you cannot, on the one hand, this government, the president has told us that Boko Haram, ISIS, the criminals, the thieves, the killers, the murderers that come into Nigeria and kill Nigerians at will are Gaddafi people that were dislodged when Gaddafi was killed, and all of those things. And if you say that these people are strangers that are coming to kill Nigerians, and the governors in the south, the governors in the Niger Delta, the governor of Rivers State, the people of Rivers State do not have a constitutional right, according to you, to defend themselves, or to ask a stranger they see in their community, who are you? And then you say you're a Nigerian and you have no documents to prove that you're a Nigerian. And I don't have a right to accost you in my community? No, that is not a government that is protecting me. And then you take away my right to protect myself. No, this is wrong. Now, when you open the borders and you say to Africans, who are these Africans? Nigeria is not owned by every African. I cannot walk into, I don't want to go to Libya, I don't want to go to Liberia, I don't want to go to Mali. So you cannot say that because you are the largest country in Africa, you want to be nice to the whole of Africa, that the border of Nigeria is open and that every Tom, Dick and Harry, every criminal, every doctor, every lawyer, anybody anywhere in Africa, as long as you say you're an African, you don't have to even prove it, because now we have embedded the culture of just saying that I'm a doctor. I don't have to prove that I'm a doctor. I just go and swear an affidavit that I'm a doctor, and then I'm a doctor. No, now we can't live like this. We cannot. Anybody can come into Nigeria without documentation. You just get to the border. Well, who are you? I'm from Mali. Where is Mali? Mali is in Africa. Okay, the law of Nigeria says any Mali person can come in, walk in, and then these people will walk in. They will end up in Abonima, they will end up in Isiopo, they will end up in Ubima, they will end up in Sapele. Why? What is happening? No, that's not how life is, that's not how politics is, and that's not how it should be. This is something we must discuss. Anybody who is afraid to discuss this thing, any governor who is afraid for political reasons, any senator, anybody who claims to be representing me and you and I, that will not discuss this thing because they are afraid to discuss this thing. What you are planting, you will reap it too. What you are planting, you will reap it. Because you wake up and find that you are no longer the owner of your community. That is the truth. It will happen. People will say no go happen, God no go gree. It's not about God no go gree. God has given us the authority. He has given us the right to do certain things to secure ourselves and maintain our rights. If you don't do that thing, don't stop saying as if it is not God's responsibility up to a point. It is your responsibility. It is when you take that responsibility to God, when you can't act, you go to God and tell him, this thing I cannot do it, help me to do it. But you don't cannot sit down and say, God did there. No, it's not true. So, there are many things at stake. Niger Delta people, if anything, between now and 2023, have a referendum within yourselves. Do you want, is it the presidency we want to go for? Or we want to own and control our resources? Do we want the presidency and then they will be piping our oil from here to Lagos to go and refine? Is that what we want? Or from our gas to be going from Rivers State to Algeria, to Niger, to Mali and all those places, and to Morocco? Are those the things that we want as a people? That, for me, that's not what I want. I don't know what you want. So this avenue is open. Where are the numbers? This avenue is open. It's 0818144222. I repeat that line. 08181442222. And then the second line. 081 88588155. I repeat it. Okay, there is a call. Okay, 08188. Hello. 85. No. 08188588155. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Please, very brief. Thank you.
Mark. I'm from Bonnie.
You're from where?
Bonnie.
Bonnie, go ahead.
Yes.
And your name?
I thank you. Yes. Madam, I thank you for what all things that we have said. God cannot come down from heaven not to fight for us because He's already giving us the power and the will to take over whatever that belongs to us. If we continue to leave one tribe, one area to dominate, yes, we can dominate their side, not to dominate Niger Delta. And I beg every one of us that we should wake up.
Well, I mean, hello? Hello? Hello, good morning. Where are you calling from? Please move away from your radio. What's your name?
My name is Jim Petra.
Okay, you mean maybe there?
Okay. The mother of Niger Delta, I greet you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because what you are doing is true. To tell you the static truth, those people representing us from the house, the upper and the lower house, the governors, they are all cowards. They are all cowards. They beg for their money. They beg for their employment. They beg for their power from the north, of which they have the gold. So they are all cowards. They are all cowards. So if they don't want to remain cowards, they should come out from this state and let's fight our goal.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, people say things when they are really upset. Yes, if they don't want to remain coward, because you can go from being a coward to being a... Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, yes. Good morning, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from? 1 minute, please.
Okay, sir. I'm Victor. I'm from Niger.
Okay, go ahead, Victor.
Yes, sir. I love your program because one thing in our life is that some of our brothers and our sisters and our brothers and our brothers are not on that kind of promise. But now, everything has now opened for us for we to see what these people against us. They cannot yes, but our governor now, from the ex-governor from the now look at what is happening now. Our next director that have just told him that all these things that are doing, that they are doing, the people that don't supposed to take care of the people that would send us to that place. But now they are not turned against us. Now look at what is happening now. All of them live their life, let them live their life, let them. So what I believe in my God is that whatever thing that God, the ability that God gave us, we are going to use our time.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Hello? 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 Yes, sir. Good morning. Your name, your location. 1 minute, please.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Ben is my name. I'm calling from Niger.
Okay, go ahead.
My name is Auntie Anne.
Yes, this is Ann Kilbricks on Saving the Niger Delta with Ann Kilbricks.
Wow. Very easy point. What you are talking about is very, very the problem I see is that our representation are not in the way of keeping our voice and getting to people that are right. What you are just saying the time of that just I'm going to explain
Raise your voice. Raise your voice. Ben, raise your voice. Ben, raise your voice.
The manner in which the Fulani.
No, just see. Just say they. When you say they, we will know what you're saying. Just go ahead.
Okay. The manner in which they are invading our community here is wrong. They will even, want to harass you in your own community. Some of them will push drugs and they gather all these rubbish and, they invade your family, go to your backyard, even though your mother go to put that permission. And our people are not asking questions. This thing is like a time bomb. And the arrest, members and senators and governors, people are not.
He's explaining it and cautioning that this will not end well. This is not acceptable. This is not good. Thank you. Hello? Hello? Hello, yes. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? 1 minute, please. Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Madam,
Yes.
this problem we have there
Yes.
is our representative. The children of our family members, they are the people that killing us. They're not also doing this. We are here.
Yes.
So what we do, we find the part of our affairs so that we protect our futures. We should not know that the moment we are here, we will defend us.
Yes.
But they are not here, they are not people who are here.
Okay.
They are telling their idiots. Just because of the
Thank you.
their family.
Thank
So
you.
let's care about that first.
Yeah?
What we need is for we to control them. We should come together as one.
Yeah.
We come together as one. What the guy looks for. This Nigeria, we are one Nigeria. Because they are big. When they don't do that,
We're supposed to be one Nigeria, but yes, but we're not. But we're not, and we must and we must say so.
our representatives, which can present us in a way that our republic and our environment.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Hello. 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 Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Maybe even half a minute. Okay, go ahead, my brother. Go ahead. Yes.
I do know that the people protecting the court, they are pursuing the court, and now they appear before they now, I don't know how they manage to organize the case. So that means we heard from our brothers and sisters around us. We need the government that message that let it appear to the court, which is more important. And we are going to hear.
Thank you very much, my brother. God bless you. Hello? Okay. Well, I mean, it's 5 minutes, my clock to the left. Hello? Hello? Good morning. Please move away from your radio. You're a female voice for the first time in months. I want to hear you. Speak up. Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much for I guess I think
Speak out. I can't hear you and I really want to hear you.
I said I'm so happy to hear
Thank
what you said.
Okay.
Very happy.
Thank you.
And I said that God Almighty will strengthen you
Amen.
in this journey.
Amen.
And God will direct us on what to do.
Amen. The call has ended. I get really excited when a female calls in. Hello? 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 Yeah, I'm hearing you. You're the one that is calling in. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Wow. Go ahead, sir. He's explaining it and cautioning that this will not end well. This is not acceptable. This is not good. Thank you. Hello? Hello? Hello, yes. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? 1 minute, please. Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Madam,
Yes.
this problem we have there
Yes.
is our representative.
Mm-hmm.
It's here that we have our family leaders. They are the people that are killing us. They don't have family leadership. We are here.
Yes.
So what we do, we find the fact of our affairs so that we protect our affairs. We should not know that the moment we are here, we will defend us.
Yeah.
But they are not there. They are not people who are here.
Okay.
They are telling their ears. Just because of the family.
Thank you.
Their family.
Thank
So
you.
let's talk about that first.
Yeah?
What we need is for we to confront them. We should come together and talk.
Yeah.
We come together and confront the guy leader. This Nigeria, we are one Nigeria. Because they are big. We just don't do that.
We're supposed to be one Nigeria, but yes, but we're not. But we're not, and we must and we must say so.
Our representatives, which can present us in a way what our resources and our environment.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Hello? 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 Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Maybe even half a minute. Okay, go ahead, my brother. Go ahead. Yes.
I do know that this person professional to God. They are going to God and they have to appear before they now, I don't know how to manage organize the case. So that means we heard from our brothers and sisters around us. We need the government that myself that let me appear to the court, which is one purpose. And we are going to
Thank you very much, my brother. God bless you. Hello? Okay. Well, I mean, it's 5 minutes, my clock to the left. Hello? Hello? Good morning. Please move away from your radio. You're a female voice for the first time in months. I want to hear you. Speak up. Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much for I just like to give you thank you for
Speak out. I can't hear you and I really want to hear you.
I said I'm so happy to hear
Thank
what you said.
Okay.
Very happy.
Thank you.
And I said that God Almighty will strengthen you
Amen.
in this journey.
Amen.
And God will direct us on what to do.
Amen.
Say what to do.
The call has ended. I get really excited when a female calls in. Hello? 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 I'm hearing you. You're the one that is calling in. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Wow. Go ahead, sir.